to another video of the HTML and CSS web development course. So, in the last video we learned about classes and we learned a little bit about IDs. We learned how to export our inline CSS to external CSS. And we learned how to create a CSS file and how to link it to our current website. So, in this video we're going to talk about colors. So till now, when we use the color, we only use like the color name, so the chocolate, blue, violet, dark red, brown, and etc. So, as I said in the last video, actually this is really bad practice because the choice of colors you have is really limited, right? So, I opened a website here. It's called W3 Schools. Gonna make it a little bit bigger, and we're gonna talk a little bit about RGB. That is red, green, and blue, and alpha. So when you work with RGB colors, this is a really nice slider created by W3 Schools to show you. When you use RGB, it always starts with RGB, then two parentheses, and some numbers, some random numbers we use. So, for example, we have here RGB 89, 87 and 109. So let's go to our HTML file. We're gonna close up the HTML part because we don't need it right now. We only need the CSS. So we're gonna change some colors here. Gonna make it a little bit smaller so that we can see it properly. Okay, so background color. So now we use the name and we're gonna change it, because I'm a little bit done with the chocolate color. It looks really boring. So I think we have here a little bit like grayish kind of thing. So we're gonna call RGB, and now we type RGB. You have two different types. You have the RGB and RGBA. The whole idea between RGB and RGBA is that when you call RGBA, you can also add an alpha, and the alpha, that is a little bit like the strongness of the color. But in that case, we're going to call just RGB because we don't use the alpha right now. And we're going to call 89, 87, and 109. I'm going to save this. Let's go to our website and let's see what happens. Wow. So, congratulations, you now used RGB for the first time in your life, or maybe the second time, I don't know. And let's say you are not really happy with this, you wanted to make it a little bit more different, a little bit darker maybe, or more lighter. You just change the values here, because that is exactly what this does here. So let's say with this we're going to make it a little bit more green. So now if you slide it, you keep sliding till you see a nice color. I like this. So what you do now, we're going to change this one back to 109. And the middle one, the 87, we're going to change to 154. Gonna save it, go back to the website, gonna renew, and now we have a nice green color. And that's a little bit how RGB works. It's pretty nice, pretty powerful. I also want to tell you guys to go to the W3 Schools website if you want more information on this, because their website is almost limitless. It's pretty nice. And yeah, it looks really good. So let's change some other colors. So we have here the number one, blue violet. Oh, it's really boring. So let's see if we can make another color. So when you mix red and blue together, you get like a little bit like purplish. That looks a little bit like blue violet. So I'm gonna delete the blue violet, and we're gonna call RGB. And for red, we're going to call 207, 154, and 235. I'm going to save this, go back to the website, and I think that is this one, the H. No, it's not true, that's this one. So let's renew. Okay, I'm not sure which. So let's check this out, shall we? So, as you can see, we don't have any H1s that actually using this color. So what we can do, we're gonna copy this, we're gonna delete the H1 here, and we're gonna go to the H1 welcome. and we're gonna give this color. Gonna save it. Let's go back. Wow, so this looks a little bit like the color we were looking for. And now we have like from the P welcome we have dark slate blue. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna with red we're gonna go back, make it darker, make it even more darker. And we're gonna make the green also a little bit darker. And now we have a new RGB, so RGB 46, 97 and 253. So we're gonna delete this. We're gonna call RGB and we're gonna make 46, 97 and we're gonna call 235. Pretty cool. We go back here, refresh, and now you can see here that this one is also changing color. Looks pretty nice. I really like this. So this is a little bit how RGB works, and we have something else besides RGB that we use a lot in CSS and web development, even in mobile development, and that is Hex Code. So we go to next, and now we have the Hex Code System here. So a Hex Code, and Hex Code is normally comprised by six digits. Well, it can be a digit and a number. So for example, we have like 100% white. Let's say we make this 100% white. You have like FFF. And that's a little bit, so this is white. But let's say we're gonna make another color. And as you can see, it counts down. As you can see now, it counts down. So it goes from A till F, and after that, it's gonna be 9 till 0. So let's say we want to use a really nice darkish color like this. So only thing you have to do, let's say from this H2 here, the brown color, right? Gonna delete that, and the only thing we're gonna do, we're gonna call this one, and we're gonna call the number. So that is 59, 6, E, 6, P. And as you can see, it already predicts a little bit, but you don't have to worry about that. I'm gonna save this. As you can see here, it already shows you the color a little bit. So I'm gonna go back, renew. And this was just the H2, but as you can see, we're not using H2 anymore. So we're gonna copy this, gonna delete this H2 because we're not using it. Are we? No, we're not using it. And we're gonna add it to the H2 one. Gonna save this, go back. H2 one, that's this one, that's this one. So this looks really nice. And another hex code we could maybe use. Let's say we make a little bit really nice gray color. That's a little bit blackish. This is really dark blue maybe. Maybe this looks also nice. So, and for this one we're going to use the H3 coding because it is already dark blue. So we're going to delete that one. I'm going to call. And as you can see here, it already shows you past used colors. If you have like 3 different hex codes and you want to use the same one, you can choose them. Pretty nice. But we're not going to do that. So we're going to call 0A0723. Gonna save this, and that is then the H3 coding. And we're gonna check the H3 coding, H1, H2. That's this one. The coding is amazingly cool. So I'm gonna refresh, and now it's way darker. And this is a little bit the difference between RGB and hex codes. What you also have is like HLS, but we're gonna talk about HLS in the future. You also have like HWB. I never used this before, and I'm not gonna teach you this. CMYK, I never used this before, but you have like a lot of different color options. So it doesn't matter how your website design, you can always make a color. And of course, when you really like colors and you work with hex codes, I will link this in the app resources as well, or in the course resources. I have like this really nice material coloring from Google. They use it a lot on the Android systems, and they have everywhere. They have their hex codes finished. So here you have like a whole list with different kinds of hex codes. I will add this into the course download content, and here you can look at all those nice hex codes. So for example, you want like a really nice dark purple, for example, this one. Only thing you have to do, you copy the hex code, you go back to your folder, and let's say we're going to change this RGB to this hex code. I'm going to save this, and now we have like a really nice dark purple. So we go back. As you can see now, it's really nice dark purple. Don't be ashamed if you don't know RGB and hex codes out of your head. Nobody knows those. So it doesn't matter if you copy them from different websites. One last thing I want to give to users from the Devscorch users. For example, we go to devscorch.com. As you can see, we have like a lot of nice dark colors, but we didn't tell you what colors they are. So what you can do, you can go to different, and you have like this digital color system. So in this case, this one is RGB, it's 7825. So if we go back to the background, we're gonna change this to 7, 28, 25. Gonna save this. Go back here. Oh, wait a second. I think I made a mistake. Sorry. Oh, it's 8, not 28. Sorry. So I'm gonna take out the 2. Go back to our website. And now we are using exactly the same background color as we use on Devscorch. So this was the video about RGB and hex codes, and a little bit of how to figure out which colors a website is using with a color thermometer. As you can see, colors is like really big. You can go all the ways. You can use all different color systems as well if you want that. And yeah, if you want more information about this, just go to w3schools.com. I can teach you this, but I mean, there's a lot of information there, and it's really too much to put in each course. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and I hope to see you in the next video.